The trial date has been set in the case challenging Illinois' gun and magazine ban, as the U.S. Supreme Court is still looking at the possibility of taking that case up on a preliminary basis while the Southern District deals with the case on the merits. Welcome back. Bishop on Air. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Daily updates here as we look at what's going on in the space of Illinois' gun and magazine ban. So, background. Illinois passed the law banning the sale and possession of certain semi-automatic firearms, rifles, shotguns, pistols. They also banned magazines over the capacity of 10. So you can only have a capacity magazine of 10 for a rifle, or a capacity of no more than 15 for a handgun. There was also a registry component with that, and the registration's not looking too hot. The deadline for that, anyways, was at the end of 2023. So that happened back in January of 2023. Lawsuits were filed in state and federal courts. In the federal courts, the Southern District had several cases they consolidated. A judge in April of last year issued a preliminary injunction, while in the Northern District Federal Court, you had several cases where preliminary injunctions were denied, including the one in Naperville, the one in Chicago and Cook County. So you had competing district court decisions. When those went to the appellate court, you also had requests for the U.S. Supreme Court to take one of those cases on a preliminary basis. But because the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals issued a notice that they were taking these cases and they were going to put it on like a rocket docket, the U.S. Supreme Court did not take up those cases on a preliminary basis. So the appellate court in August of last year, they ruled in favor of the state, saying the state had a likelihood of succeeding on the merits. And again, these were preliminary issues, not based on the merits. So now what we have is the issue back down in the Southern District of Illinois Federal Court, and Judge Stephen McGlynn issuing this order earlier this week, and we'll pull this up so you can watch along. This is the docket per Pacer, and on the 4th scheduling order. We'll just read this out for you here with Bishop on Air, because a trial date has been set. And if you look here, you've got bench trial scheduled for September 16th. September 16th is the bench trial for the case on the merits of Illinois' gun and magazine ban. So we'll just read through this. In accordance with the 193 joint report of parties and proposed scheduling order filed 5/24/24, the court implements the following deadlines. Motion to amend the pleadings due by 6/17. Reports in rebuttal to the parties by from the May 10th. Experts disclosures due by June 10th. So in 4 days, you've got to have some rebuttals to the plaintiffs' experts that were disclosed and the defendants' experts that were disclosed. So June 10th is just in a handful of days. We'll see those rebuttals. Then you've got a report in the rebuttal of Dr. Martin Schreiber, their experts' report due by the 21st of June. So a rebuttal to that. And that's because Schreiber's report was delayed. For whatever reason, that's the case. Then fact discoveries due by July 15th. Expert discovery due by August 16th. Dispositive motions by August 30th, with the caveat that opposition motions will not be filed until after trial in order to reduce unnecessary briefing before trial. Witness lists are due and proposed stipulated facts must be exchanged by September 6th. Exhibit lists and parties stipulated facts due by September 11th. And then the bench trial is scheduled for September 16th. So put that on your calendar. They'll have a bench trial beginning on that date. Due dates for motions to exclude Daubert motions, proposed findings of fact, and proposed conclusions of law to set separate order at a later date. The court will discuss the above schedule at the June 20th status conference signed by Judge Stephen McGlynn on the 4th of this month. So we've got a trial date set for September 16th. And I'll definitely put that on my calendar, head down to the Southern District Federal Court, where it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Are they going to get it all done in one day? Are they going to just rely on the briefings that are filed and the rebuttals that are filed? Are they going to have actual testimony in the court? How long is this going to go? Is it going to be all day? Is it going to be a couple of days of a bench trial? And then after that, how quick will the court actually make a ruling? But all this also depends on the U.S. Supreme Court and whether they're going to take up the Illinois cases, because you've got a conference today on the 6th, and they've got a conference day where they relisted Illinois gun cases. So we'll be watching on the 10th to see if they announce they're not going to take the cases. And if that's the case, then the Southern District of Illinois Federal Court can continue moving forward on the merits. Again, the U.S. Supreme Court is only being asked to take these issues up on a preliminary basis. They're not being asked to take these issues up on a final judgment, right? So that has a role to play here. So they may dismiss and say, we're not taking this because it's not ripe yet. The Southern District is dealing with the case on the merits. So you're looking at potential final judgment in the Southern District. And we'll have to do a segment breaking down the arguments, right? Because the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals talked about military-grade weapons shouldn't be in the hands of civilians, and AR-15s are the cousin of the M16, and, prove us wrong. And then in the Southern District, apparently they're going to have to go through all of that and try to pick that apart with the Second Amendment questions and other questions still lingering out there. Because keep in mind, you had one lawsuit that dealt with the issue of the Fifth Amendment arguments of not having to, incriminate yourself, and that deals with the gun ban registry. So again, you've got the U.S. Supreme Court today meeting in conference. They could announce the 10th. That's Monday. If they're gonna have some kind of list that says we're taking Illinois cases or we're not taking Illinois cases. If they do take Illinois cases, that could derail the Southern District case, and saying that they're not going to move forward in the trial because of the U.S. Supreme Court getting involved. So that's if they take the cases. If they don't, then the U.S. Supreme Court, will move on and allow for the Southern District of Illinois Federal Court to move forward. And again, that scheduling of the bench trial is set for September 16th. So we have a trial date. We thought the trial date would be in July. That's not the case, as you could see from the schedule there. You've got a month between some filings that need to happen, getting up to that September 16th trial date. So that's the latest in litigation against Illinois' gun and magazine ban. Pretty big news that we do have the trial date set for September 16th. In the Southern District of Illinois Federal Court. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll keep you posted on any other further updates on that and other cases dealing with gun laws in the state of Illinois, and where we're headed here and how things are going to play out. So appreciate you guys being here each and every weekday morning. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.